morning. I'm privileged to welcome all of you to Economic Times Great India Retail Summit. I'm sure the next 2 days are going to be fantastic conversations. We have so many participants, retailers, investors, private equity funds, developers, so a lot of policymakers, celebrities like film stars and musicians. So it's going to be a very interesting conversation. And I'm going to keep my conversation very short and interactive. So I'll try to leave at least 5 minutes for question answer. I think I have a 15-minute slot, so 10-15 minutes to just talk to you all. First I wanted to say a big thank you to Charu. She did, should I say, she was extremely persistent, and this is one of the few times I've ever attended something and I'm not a public speaker at all. So excited to be here talking to you all. 2 days ago, I thought I should produce a little slideshow to share with you all. And I had just come out of an AI workshop. So I tried my hand at making this slideshow with the help of ChatGPT and then Gamma AI. And to be honest, what got produced was so much garbage that it had to be redone by Vaishnavi here. And so I can say that it became twice the work for her to redo everything that AI had done. So the theme of today is, the theme for me is, and I think Charu said it, everybody's eye is on India. The big question is, how do we perceive India? And for me, India is not that India is the next retail story. Today, India is the story for the world. And so we are in the now. I think we all know a lot of these figures, but the most amazing part is it's true. We are going to be the third largest. So yeah, let me first give you all a little idea of how I'm organizing my presentation. I'm going to talk about Indian macros for a few minutes. And then I want to segue to what I understand best, and that's shopping malls. And so a lot of my conversation with you all today is going to be about organized retail and with the skew towards shopping malls. I'm sure you don't want me to speak about digital retail. It's like if Sachin Tendulkar was on stage, you wouldn't want to hear about bowling and how he became a bowler. You want to hear about how he became a batsman. So I'm going to stay on my topic and talk about things that are close to me and passionate for me. So yeah, coming back to the Indian macros, I think we have great ambition as a country. It's quite amazing that after in Russia and China, we are going to be the largest economy. And 2030 comes in a jiffy. That moment will happen before we know it. And there are these various figures that say we'll be the second biggest economy in the world by 2050. Very, very meaningful. We are making huge impact. But the other very exciting thing for all of us to digest is that we are so much younger than these other countries. We are a 30-year-old nation on an average versus 40 and 45 for South Korea and China and America. And I think the younger you are, the more aspirational you are, the more you consume, the more you're relevant. So we have a lot of relevance. And yeah, consumption is already 60% of our GDP. So what, from a development point of view, we know that private equity is racing after us to put money into India. We see phenomenal values for F&B brands. We see phenomenal values for D2C brands. We see phenomenal values for malls that are completed. What's so exciting for the whole world, and why is everyone looking at us? Firstly, I would say that we've had a consistent, phenomenal 7 to 10% growth that's been, and the compounding effect is incredible. We've all seen it. In our malls, we've seen that 1,000 rupees a square foot trading density is now 3,000, and so it's exciting times. But other than that, we've had fairly low inflation. This year we are below 4%. We have stable. GST became very exciting because it unified this huge economy. And as Charu said, believe it or not, this is a digital economy with UPI processing billions of transactions. So political stability, low inflation, high growth, steady taxation policy. So really very investable. India is very, very investable. I will admit that we are in a compliance raj, no doubt. I don't deny that the compliance levels that the government is expecting is very high, but at least it's now all digital. I think this slide is very exciting for all the brands here, for all the retailers. Our retail sales growth is the highest in the world. It's currently around 12%. We actually, this is for us another eureka moment at Phoenix. In the last quarter, Phoenix malls, last quarter of 25, Phoenix malls across the country, which is 18 million square feet, we had a sales growth of 25%. So, it was a complete, it's a structural shift. We've never seen 25% growth in a single, in a quarter. This is without any increase in square footage. So the same square footage giving us 25% sales growth. Even more interesting, January was a 30% sales growth. So staggering numbers. We are very excited by what we see. When we were in the midst of COVID, everybody imagined that we are going to see the kind of, it appeared to the world that this is the end of physical retail and we are going to be moving into a digital world. But really that ended up being quite a false binary. Frankly, the structural winner is Omnichannel. But the beauty is that most decisions are made by, in fact, 70% of decisions are influenced physically, and we still see bulk of sales happening online. So what one can take away from this is that digital is giving you reach, no question. Physical, however, it's the customer is still trusting physical. So physical is, and the customer is the final inspector, as Steve Jobs said. So still they are making 85% of their decision, of their purchasing physically. So segueing to what I love to talk about, which is the malls. On the left side, you see one of our newer malls, Mall of Asia. Phenomenal asset. I think it's the fastest mall to hit 3,000 crores of sales, probably by the end of this year will be 3,000 crores from that mall. And on the macro front, India remains the lowest per square foot major economy of retail space, less than 1 square foot a person. So all this narrative that do we have too many malls in this country, I think is highly overstated. But certainly we have too few good malls. So I'm going to talk to you all about two of our malls, two kinds of route we are taking to develop retail square footage. The first one I'm talking about is one of our existing malls called Phoenix Market City in Bangalore. And we are doing something very similar even at Phoenix Palladium in Mumbai. But at Phoenix Market City, Bangalore, we are taking it's a 1 million square foot mall. As you can see on the slide, we are adding to this mall a phenomenal gourmet village, which is opening sometime in the next 12 months. 30 meters height, 30 feet height for the whole zone, 40 restaurants. We are adding a convention center, we are adding a Grand Hyatt hotel, and then we are adding 3 million square feet of, 2 million square feet of office and a second luxury hotel. In addition to that, we are doubling the mall. So the mall will be almost 1.8 million square feet at the end of all this. So really a phenomenal, should I call it, densification, and this is creating something for the future. It's going to be a 5.5, 6 million square foot super campus. And this is a place where you can live, work, play, eat, dine, entertain, everything. I mean, it's a one-stop experience center. We think this mall will start trading at 10,000 rupees a square foot from the current 3,000 rupees a square foot. Another example of something similar, but this one is a greenfield build in Thane. And it's not too far from the last time chairperson's Gautam's huge campus. It's at the Majivada Junction. We are building a 1.4 million square foot mall. We are another luxury hotel, convention center, 1 million square foot office, and here we are also building 600,000 square foot of very high-end residential, which would probably be managed. So another kind of a super campus with all those same elements, the oasis, the ice rink, the food, the gourmet village, it's a whole different, what you see in the front is like a forest inside the mall. And there's also a huge digital waterfall inside the mall. So very, very differentiated experience. So two examples, one where we are densifying our existing asset, one where we are taking a new asset, much easier to do, building from scratch and building something very exciting. Actually, on the very first slide, I forgot to speak about it when I was overwhelmed by seeing so many of you all sitting here. That first slide, I may just segue back to it. It was Lower Parel, our Phoenix Palladium Center. We are rebuilding the entire center on the right, breaking it down, new mall, doubling the mall to 2 million square feet, adding a wonderful, and this is phase 2 of the complex, where with this office tower and mall will be 2 million. And then in phase 3, which is going to start next year, we are building a luxury hotel, a second luxury hotel to complement the St. Regis, and residential tower, which is going to be 70 floors tall. So it's going to be very exciting. And this is our journey with our shopping centers. Yes, coming back to some Indian macro. So I think over the next, and this is my second last slide, I've already crossed my 10-minute promise. So I'm keeping it short, trying to keep it as quick to wind up. On the India front, I think everybody talks about the top 10 or 15 Indian cities, which is the Delhi, Bangalore, Bombay, Pune, Calcutta, Chennai. But I think we should not forget about the next 20. And Phoenix is definitely building big, and you all as retailers or developers should focus even on the next 20 cities, which is the Surat or the Coimbatore or the Thane or the Chandigarh or the Jaipur. And we are Navi Mumbai. I think these are cities we're definitely looking to build out. And this map actually shows flags of Phoenix malls. We are today at 18 million square feet, 2025. By 2030, we think we'll be at about 30 million square feet. And we are building these malls. They're all under construction. Calcutta, Surat, Coimbatore, Thane, Chandigarh, all looking to open in. 2 of them will open in the next year, and then 2, 3 in the year, a couple of years after that. And then we are also, and then we are now accelerating our rollout. And we think in the next 3 or 4 years, we'll build another 10 million square feet by 2033. We think our portfolio will be around 40 million square feet of really grade A plus shopping experiences, should I call it. So, but I always say that we are nothing without our brand partners. And in spite of Donald Trump's views, I believe that without focusing on the future, on ESG, on sustainability, it's nothing. So this is all a partnership with brands, partnership with keeping things green and sustainable. I truly believe the best malls in the world will be climate responsible, experience rich, and Indian led. At Phoenix, sustainability is not a cost, it's an advantage. Thank you, everyone.